Yo.
What up? What up?
Ooh, I'm a little disappointed in us, bro.
What's up?
We starting before midnight, man. This don't feel right.
I forgot to hit up the wife and tell her we starting.
Oh,
She always comes through with the
do it now.
With
We can read.
memes.
I was gonna say we can read her memes or her text on air. So tell her not to say nothing crazy. I'll put them up on the screen on the YouTube video.
Oh, that'd be dope. See if she's still awake.
It's gonna be like, what? Yeah. Do it. Nah, if she's not awake, even better, man. Like, I'm not even home. I'm drinking. You don't care about my safety. Why do you hate me?
Yo, welcome back, everybody, to the Carbon Footprint Podcast. He is Juan, and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Welcome to episode 183. Hit him with the drink of the day.
Ooh, the drink, which Sean said, and I quote, "What I just put in here was," it's just, and then proceeded to rip out half the kitchen.
So if you live in Harlem, forget it.
You not making this.
Actually,
If you live in Harlem, they got the tequila. Maybe not this one. No, this one's banging, man. We haven't had a spicy one in a while, too, man. We haven't had a spicy drink. So we got calling this one the Organic Potion. It's our take on a spicy Paloma. So you're going to take a slice of jalapeno, maybe more, depending on your level of spice or the seeds in there. So do a slice of jalapeno, 2 or 3 mint leaves, half an ounce of agave, half a lime, squeeze that into the bottom of a shaker, muddle the entire the concoction, add ice, add 2 ounces of the tequila, add an ounce of grapefruit juice, shake that up real nice, pour it in a rocks glass filled with ice, and then top off with a little bit of club soda. And garnish with a mint and maybe a grapefruit if you want, but the clap mint works really well. And
you got it on the first try.
Let's go. Let's go. I was like, bro, it's like studying for a test at school. I was like, just give me the answers right before I got this shit and let me go before it leaves. You know me well enough to not distract me after that. Like, hold on. Your boy's attention span is fucked up. So.
Bro, this shit is good, man. I tried it without the mint first, and I just felt like something was missing, and so we actually changed it from simple syrup to the agave, and then added the mint, and this shit hits.
This shit's good, dude. We got to do a maybe just stick the camera up and record us making the drink. You know, especially when we get those moments where we're like, oh, it's good, but what about? And we just start throwing shit in there. Yeah.
We have a lot of those, man.
Yeah.
We hit something and we're just like, oh, it's okay, but something.
And then those eureka moments are always fun. We're like, ooh, that's the one. We're celebrating. It's good. It's so good. It's so fun. Yeah, this one's fire. I always like the spicy tequila ones. We haven't had. We had a run there where we did a few, and then we haven't done one in a while. We had the one with the liqueur too. I think that you had brought.
Oh, that like it wasn't jalapeno. But
Ancho Reyes.
That one.
Yep. It was so good, man. But yeah, we had to try this out, especially if you're a tequila. I know it sounds weird. A lot of people will be like, oh, jalapenos. Try it. Something about the tequilas and jalapenos. It just goes well.
And what are we drinking today? What's
and this one is a Tres Agaves organic tequila. The Blanco. We've had Tres Agaves. It's funny. We've used their agave syrup before. And I know we've used something else on them. I feel like a liqueur or something you might have brought once. It might have even been one of those flavored.
It wasn't. I know what you're talking about. It's not that.
Was that one? Okay, that was something else.
A different brand.
Okay, so we've never had the actual tequila from them though that I can remember. So
no.
It's good.
It's organic.
I like it. It's organic. It's good. Which is funny, man. I'm like, wait, isn't all tequila supposed to be organic? It's supposed to be from that agave, but
no, man, pesticides.
So this one, no. Okay.
I guess.
No, either way, it's good.
So look, man, we got a response, and she goes, I was like, we're starting now. She goes, yeah, whatever. What else is new? And then she gives me two middle fingers up, and she says, one for each of you.
Damn. What?
Yep. This is what I have to go through every week.
Good luck, buddy. I guess, should we just record a bunch of episodes tonight? You don't want to go home, right?
No. Let's go ahead and get the next 3 weeks out of the way. All right, bro. What you got for your carbon footprint,
dude? I think I struggled with who to give it to, but I guess America as a whole. I feel like we did this last week, but like with the government.
Yep.
But this is a little bit different. They released the annual survey or study or whatever they do about the happiest countries in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And for the first time ever, America wasn't in the top 20 since they've been doing this study.
Not even in the top 20?
Not even in the top 20.
Wow.
And then it was the first time ever that they actually broke it into segments. I'm going to pull it up. So the first time ever that they actually broke it into age groups, and which is something really important because
that matters,
what
bro.
Very much
Yeah.
Because you're going to see a disparity in especially in the U.S. So the U.S. is ranked 23rd for happiest countries in the world.
Okay.
The disparity between age groups is huge. We're in the top 10 for people over 60. So I think number 10 for people over 60.
Baby boomers.
Yes. Which then the people over 30 or under 30, sorry, we rank 67.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
And so our average obviously is, and then somewhere in between that.
So you said under 30?
Under 30, we're number 67, dude, which is crazy, but it's also very indicative. And they were saying that across the globe, younger people, so younger people meaning people between 15 and 24, were typically happier than older people, except for in North America. So except for Canada, Mexico, United States.
And U.S., yep.
Yeah. But yeah, fascinating study. Man, it's funny. And I had a... so for those under 30, it drops to 62nd. Sorry, not 67. 62nd place. Americans over 60, the U.S. rank in the top 10, and under 30 rank in 62nd place. And so the average we're at 23 compared to number 15 last year. And the decline.
So we're losing ground.
We're losing ground, and the decline is attributed obviously to the young folks, the people under 30. It's funny, man. The people over 60, there's a lot of reasons why I think that is like, we joke all the time about how like, people back then could buy a house for like $10,000. The job market was booming because there's all this manufacturing, all this other stuff. I also think what gets lost in the mix, man, is the whole flower power era and all that stuff. They didn't really go through anything. That generation, dude, if you think about it, was the first one without any major wars. There wasn't any major depressions. There wasn't any major, it was a really good time.
So there wasn't
to be
like
alive.
a World War II, but I mean, they still had
you count Nam, but
Nam, the Korean War.
But those weren't like life. Think about World War II, World War One. Before that, those generations before that. So you go that generation that's like over 60 now was the whole like acid tripping and smoking weed and buying real estate cheap, and they didn't really have a lot of quote unquote conflict. And, they're also a generation that talks a lot of shit about the current one.
Yep.
Which I guess would be me, you. And
I wonder if that age group is either retired or getting ready for retirement.
For sure. I think there's a lot of that as well.
That have something to do with it too, where you just go like, and I find this too, man. It's just like, as you get older, like we all tend to talk shit about the younger generations. Mm-hmm. And then once you probably continue that as you get older and as you approach retirement age, you're probably going, fuck this.
Yeah, dude.
I'm ready to stop doing all this stuff and mingling with the kids coming into the workforce, and I'm ready to step out of that now.
Yeah, like, do you, man? I feel like, is the red dot on that thing on? It's on, right? And so I'm like, is it recording?
I can't see it.
Me in the butt so many times, but it's in the left corner. It's probably why you can't see it, but I'm pretty sure it's on. Yeah, man. And then the people in the 30, I feel like that's our fault. We've done such a bang up job. It's on, right?
Yeah, it's on.
We've done such a bang up job raising our kids. They're all fucked up. I do feel like, I know the next generation complains a lot about whether it's housing costs and wages, and they're also probably the most educated generation as well, and so it's hard to feel any kind of empathy for that. I do think a lot of it is essentially like my fault. Like the way we've raised our kids is we've essentially raised them to not worry about anything we had to worry about, which are the things that made us who we are, the things that built character, the things that made us, dude, I know people, and I guess I'm in this weird age bracket because I'm like old enough to sort of be in that generation before me, but young enough to where I still count as like a quote unquote millennial, but still remembering an era without the internet being in our face all the time. Like like the core of my like grade school and all that.
You're like early millennial.
Yeah. And so or an elder millennial, if you want to call it.
Right.
Yeah,
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, where we still value like working hard and all that. But I know a lot of people that I went to school with who are very much in that like I don't know what I call that Zoomer or that Gen Z or whatever that, like this next generation mentality, that entitlement, that like complaining about how, whatever, the world's fucked for them and they didn't get any breaks. And it's hard for me to feel that way if you're over 35. Like, I'm like, no, you can, I don't say make your own luck, but you're sort of responsible for where you end up in life.
No, I mean, listen, man, if you, everybody falls on hard times, right? Or everybody
For sure.
has whether it's bad days, months, years, what have you, man. But dude, hard work and determination is undefeated.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
like, I'm not saying that you're gonna be this uber successful multimillionaire, whatever. But you can make a good life for yourself with hard work and determination.
Dude, I also think it's the entitlement. Again, and this is our fault, right? Because I feel like, I know certainly for me, right? Like you want to give your kids, you want to remove as much friction and you want to give them opportunities. But I think in trying to do that, and we mean well, we're actually robbing them or stealing them of opportunities to make them better people, better human beings. You say hard work is undefeated, but like, we celebrate the whole like work smarter, not harder, but we don't instill like a good work ethic at all, because the idea now should be like, you should be able to do minimal and you get rich. Look at all these kids on YouTube. And then we sort of feed into that with our kids because we coddle them, and the minute they fall, we're picking them up. We're all like helicopter parents, and no, you can't go play in the neighborhood because we're worried things are going to happen to you, even though we all did that shit and we were drinking out of hoses, and we're so just like, we baby our kids so much. And I think it's our fault that they're unhappy because we've essentially stolen, I think, their opportunity to become like high functioning adults. They've become just fucking old ass. Like, I look at people now who are 30 and I'm like, oh, you're an 18-year-old 30. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, yeah. And I don't know how you solve that. I don't know how you fix it. I think hard times will eventually like force that to get solved.
That's probably it. And I have the opportunity to watch. So I have like nieces and actually just nieces that are mid 20s to say 30.
Okay.
And then I have my kids that are like upper teenagers or mid to upper teenagers, right? And I'm watching the 25 to 30 group not necessarily struggle, but having to find their way out there. And the things that they complain about is like, rents are really high. Buying a house is almost out of the question.
Yeah.
At this point, right? So but I'm also watching them figure it out. Yeah. And sometimes it's like, and it's even these girls. Sometimes they're getting 2 and 3 jobs, not necessarily jobs, but they'll have like their main thing, and then they'll have like two side hustles, right? So they're learning. They're learning to make their way. We always say this shit about humanity, right? Where it's like, it doesn't really matter. Almost like how bad things get, like it always feels like we figure it out.
We self-correct,
and not everybody is going to figure it out. Right? There's going to be people that are just going to be, they get discouraged, and everybody's against them, and those are the people that when they're fucking 60, they're still going to be pissed.
Yeah.
But there's the other people that and I'm hoping, right? We hope for our children that we're able to go, okay, well, maybe you didn't grow up like me, but hopefully we've instilled enough good shit in you that when you get to that point in your early adult life that you figure it out.
Yeah, man, you would hope that you've had enough. The problem is that you can't learn, man, without being in conflict and having to solve that on your own. And
that's it. We haven't given them the conflict.
Given them the conflict,
or allowed them to have the conflict,
or allowed them to even solve the conflict. Because when it does come, I think our
save their asses, bro.
Save their ass, man. And for a lot of us, we didn't have that, right? Like, I had so many things I had to figure out on my own, right? I couldn't, no one was saving my ass. Like, I had to just figure out. And so in a lot of ways, like, you don't want your kids to have to deal with that. But at the same time, it's like, no, that's what made you like an adult. And that's what made you resilient. And that's what made you figure shit out. And that, instead of sort of pouting about it at home and going like, like your nieces, like, they're figured out. You shouldn't have to work 3 jobs, right? But that's not always going to be the case. But it's like, maybe at this stage in their life, that's what they have to do until they find a different career path, or until they, whatever, generate more income, or they save up enough, whatever it is. But it's like,
and dude, I feel like when they get older, if they fall on hard times when they get older, they'll always be able to look back at that early time in their life and go like, I've worked fucking 3 jobs at one time. Like, I'll do whatever I got to do.
Do what I got to do. Yeah, because I'm like that. I'm like, man, I worked like a bunch and I did this stuff, and like, I did that to get to a certain point.
Right.
So, dude, the other thing that shocked me about this is the countries in the top 10 across all age demographics, they're all fucking cold. Like, bro,
So what are they? Yeah.
It's freezing, which takes, like, I always assumed if you lived in a cold place that you're
miserable.
You're fucking miserable. But the happiest countries in the world are Finland is ranked number 1. Then it's Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, Israel, the Netherlands, Norway, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and Australia.
Israel?
Yeah. I got all kinds of jokes for that.
Not in the last 8 months. Oh, shit, man.
Or are they? Where was their ranking last year?
Oh, man, that's fucked up.
That's the one that's going to get us pulled off.
It's a fucking genocide over there.
It's like, oh, man. And then for the people under 30, you know, most of these are still on the list, but it does change a little bit. Lithuania becomes number 1. Israel becomes number 2 if you're for people under 30. Serbia, which was a little surprising. And then Denmark, Luxembourg, Finland, Romania, the Netherlands again, and then Czech Republic. And then the happiest countries for those 60 and older, it's funny, you start to see North America creep back into this section is Denmark, Finland. So the takeaway is fucking Denmark and Finland are places to be. Norway, Sweden, Iceland again,
wow.
New Zealand, the Netherlands, Canada, Australia, and the United States round out the top 10 for people over 60. So,
I wonder, so those like top 5 countries. Oh, I got hit with a seed.
Oof. Yeah, those mess you
for
up.
those top 5 countries, I wonder how hard or easy is it to become a citizen in those countries?
Yeah, it's a good, like the Netherlands. I know it's got to be harder because they offer a lot of programs and stuff for their citizens. So, yeah. And then I'm like, yo, isn't it freezing in these countries where you would think you got to be indoors most of the time? And we always equate that whole being stuck indoors.
That's the ticket.
Fuck, I don't know.
Or isolation.
Or does it force you to do things, I don't know, because their way of life is a little bit different. Maybe they are outside doing stuff. I don't know, because it's...
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, when you live in those places, you know, unless you're in... Do you ever see these fucking shows where it's like in Alaska?
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere, and then, you know, you got like... I don't know, you got a few months of where you can actually do shit, and then there's like really long winters.
You're a fucking serial killer, bro, if you live in those places by choice. You are. You're just waiting. You're out there just removing yourself from society so you don't act on it.
Fucking waiting to get eaten by polar bear.
Yeah. That's a miserable way to live, bro.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I get
never.
to each their own, but again, we're animals that we need people. People need people, and fucking being that isolated isn't normal.
Yeah,
it's a little weird.
Well, dude, man, you know, we're talking about like the younger generation, and this kind of plays into my carbon footprint, which is actually going out to Michigan Representative Rashida Tlaib. I probably just butchered that last name, but she introduced a new bill, and right now it's unclear when this bill will come to the floor, but it is co-sponsored by 5 other Democratic lawmakers. The new bill is trying to eradicate homelessness amongst the youth. And it's called the Youth Homelessness Guaranteed Income Pilot Program Act. That's a mouthful. But the bill would essentially, it would give emancipated minors and adults under the age 30 who are experiencing homelessness $1,400 a month or the adjusted fair market value for rent to qualified applicants. So it will be only for a 3-year period.
So the government's subsidizing your rent for 3 years.
For 3 years,
you know, to school or
to get on to get on your feet, right?
Yeah, get on your feet. Okay.
So one of the stats, it was like that. There's like 3.5 million young adults and roughly 700,000 young people experience some form of homelessness each year.
Yeah.
And so this is not, again, this is not in place, but
and this is federally.
It's federally.
Federally, it's not. Yeah,
it wasn't just Michigan.
Okay.
Correct. And so I was just like, I kind of gave her the carbon footprint because I just go, you know what? Whether you agree with that or not, like if something like that will come into place, I think it will be impactful for a lot. Yes, there will be people that take advantage of that, and then don't do anything afterwards, and like any other program.
Yeah.
But knowing how like young people are sort of struggling with with the increased rents and then not being able to buy homes and stuff like that, this would be super impactful.
And not for nothing, because like to your point before, like I don't know if I'm for or against, so I don't really have an opinion, but I am open-minded to is this just the world we live in now? Does the government need to step up and offer this? Because, the flip side of this is like, oh yeah, you raise wages, you raise minimum wage, you do all this other stuff, which we know like the market
that doesn't do anything.
Can't or won't tolerate it. Yeah, not for a long time because, dude, I just saw something at the movie theater which blew my mind. Oh, we go to the same theater. They replace all the people with the
machines,
screen,
right?
the machines now too, at a movie theater, which you went
to check out.
To check out, yeah, to go buy pop. But even so, they had already had it for the ticket booth, right? There's no people selling you tickets.
Correct.
They already had the electronic ticket booth. But now, even when you go get your food, there's people just making food and they're just putting it, out on the counters, and you just grab what you want, and everything has a barcode, and you scan it and go now. So you're like, everyone's gonna move to this form, and so obviously jobs morph, and they're gonna turn into people programming or standing by and watching you cash out, or maybe there's more cooks and whatever. Like the jobs morph, but I go maybe. The world we live in now is the one where, because everything is much more expensive and the government does have to step in and offer some kind of assistance to all their citizens for X amount of time until they can develop the skill set or whatever to get. I don't know. Like I don't know.
Or you just leave it alone
and let it figure itself out.
And then let it figure itself out.
You let it collapse on itself because the market won't tolerate it.
That's right. Because eventually,
the 60-year-olds are going to die out who are paying for the rents now for their 30-year-olds.
That's right.
Yeah.
You figure at some point, like, you can't keep raising prices and rents and all this stuff unless the wages are there to support that. And if the space between that keeps increasing, it's only a matter of time until it collapses.
Yeah, for sure. Right. And maybe, and in some instances, you probably wanted to do that.
Right.
Because it's a much more permanent solution.
Dude, it's like when fucking housing market crashes, right? Like, the value of your house goes way down, but then guess what? Things become affordable again.
Yeah. It's self-corrected, and then
it just corrects it. The fucking stock market crashes. Yeah, it sucks if you're about to retire or you just retired. But for the majority of people who are not in that scenario, it's never been a bad thing.
No. You get enough time to bounce back. Yeah, it is interesting, man. I mean, listen, kudos to her for trying to do something, right? Like, instead of just sitting back and
Again, I don't know if it's the right thing to do. But definitely somebody who's seeing that there is a problem.
Is she younger or is she older?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Rashida, yeah, I've never. You said she's a representative, right? Okay, she's from Michigan. Yeah, man. Listen, hopefully it works. I know I have seen that some of the pilots that they do in other cities. Sorry, like I think Austin, I think Denver might have done something and all that. But I want to say a lot of the data has shown that the bulk of that assistance, where they're doing this like universal basic income, has gone towards housing. So maybe by offering a program that's specifically catered to housing, maybe she's got enough data where she's seeing these pilots in all these other cities where it's like, oh, why don't we just address that thing since the money we're giving them, that's where it's going.
And then just do it nationwide.
And then just do it. Yeah. I mean, listen, again, man.
Listen, and then you do that shit, man, and if it doesn't work, then you stop it.
You just stop it. Yeah. What's the worst case scenario?
Right.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
Or do we create more complacent kids who then in 3 years have a problem because they still can't afford it? And I think that's up to the individual.
It's very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you.
None of this is meant to be forever. Like,
correct. If you know up front that you have 3 years, there's going to be people who are going to be complacent.
Yeah,
absolutely. But hopefully you have a lot more that are not, and go, yo, I have this help for 3 years. I got to get my shit together in that time frame.
Is there an age limit to this? Can I go back now and ask for the 3 years?
I want to say it's under 30.
Damn it,
residents under 30. You're
I'm
past,
officially
bro.
aging out of stuff. That's painful. All right, that sucks. That's like,
tell me about it.
Aging out of all the fun shit. I gotta check the next box on the when they did the age and they always pull it into like groupings or whatever. I'm officially like in that next box. Do I have to check that thing? And it was a little painful. It's like, oh fuck. It's like,
bro,
when did that happen?
I'm about to hit the half century mark this year, man. So
I feel you. Close. You're like less than 2 months away, right?
Yeah, man. Close, let's go. It's all right, man. I feel good.
I'm doing the pod for the moon. Elon, hook that up. Get us a couple Neuralinks and a spaceship.
Dude, you seen the record breakers this week, man?
Dude, I missed.
It wasn't this week. It was like 2 weeks ago.
I think
actually,
so.
right?
I saw LeBron did his, and then
40,000 points, bro.
That's insane. And even crazier is what you would have to do to accomplish that today. Like, that's a record that probably won't ever be broken again.
Famous last words.
Yeah, I mean, true. But think about how long it took to do it the first go.
Yeah.
Like to get to the 30-something thousand. It's a long, well, you know what? That's a good point because I think people take care of their bodies better now. The nutrition's so much better. The training's so much better. Like all the sports medicine, the injury repair, all that stuff is so much better now that, no, you're right. I think it'll be a longevity record more than anything.
Yeah.
And so I think this speaks to, obviously, LeBron as a talent, as a player and scoring, but I think it also speaks to his longevity and how healthy he stayed. And I forgot, I looked at something, it was something bananas like what Steph Curry or Kevin Durant would have to average from here on out. And it's like, it still didn't get him the record. Bro. It's something really stupid, dude. He still averages over 20-something points a game at almost 40 years old. It's crazy, man.
Is he going to be 40 this year?
I think he's 39 right now. I think he's 39. So maybe next year, I think he turns 40. But, at 39 to still rank in the top, I think he's still top 5, top 10 in the NBA in stats. Like he's still, averaging 24, 5, and 6 or whatever it is. It's crazy.
Dude, I'm so glad that I got to watch this guy from the beginning, and I'll be able to watch him, God willing, like nothing crazy happens, right? Knock on wood, but watch him through his career, watch him retire, and then go, man, I just got to see that.
To watch 20 years of this guy play at the highest level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, shout out to him. 40,000 points is a lot of fucking points, man, for a long period. Yeah, you just to sustain that, man.
Yep.
We've had the talent to do it, right? Like someone like Kevin Durant has the talent to do that. Steph Curry has the talent to do that. The availability and, physically to put yourself through those grueling NBA seasons for that long, I think it's what makes this even more impressive, right? Like it's just
it's crazy, man. I say the way that, like I said, the way that he's, the technology exists, but you still have to be willing to do it.
You have to be willing. Right, you have to be willing to put in the work, man.
To dedicate yourself to taking care of your body in that fashion, to get that longevity. So kudos to LeBron. I'm a big LeBron fan.
Yeah, same.
I hope that guy does it till he's 50.
I would love to. Although he looks like he's kind of over it. You see him saying
there was something that happened recently.
He goes like, I'm too old for this shit. He's like, yeah, that's right there. And he's like, I'm too old for this shit. But you could just tell like the way he's looking. I'm like, man, does he call it quits after this year? Does he do the whole tour with, like sort of a Kobe did?
Well, he wants to play with his son, right?
So, yeah, but even that, he's starting to renege a little bit. And I go, does that mean you want to back away?
No, that means his son's not getting drafted.
His son's not getting drafted. No, I think people would just sign him as an undrafted free agent just to do it. Just for the thing. I think the Lakers will do it as a favor to him. I think he's doing his son a disservice by putting that out there. And I think maybe that's why he's walking it back, because of the dad. Bro, if you're LeBron James, I get what he's doing. It would be cool to play with your son. But by throwing that out there, you've almost put the pressure on your son to make it into the NBA. He has to be a one and done out of college, right? His son's not that level of talent. He's a good basketball player, but he's not a one and done. And so what you've done is you've put all these eyeballs on him. Like you haven't this kid hasn't been able to develop. Now, granted, he's LeBron James's kid. He has his name. He's LeBron Jr. or whatever. Like you're not escaping that. But you're also not getting like this opportunity to grow. I think so. I think he's Bronny, right? Yeah, I think he's a LeBron.
Yeah, Bronny.
So I think he's a junior. He just doesn't call him junior. But, so you already hold that name. That's fucking tough, dude, to have that name. And then you're playing basketball. You already have the microscope on you. And then now the expectation is you do 1 year of college and you're in the NBA. And he's not allowed to, develop or build up his game or do all that stuff.
And
it sucks.
And he's Gen Z.
Yeah.
Right? So we were just talking about it a while ago, right? A rich Gen Z.
Generationally wealthy Gen Z, which is a little different. Yeah.
Which, again, I don't want to speak to how LeBron is raising his kids, but we know the world that these kids are growing up in.
It's just a little different then.
And, so that's...
different pressure, too, right? Different pressure, different stress, different all that, but also other things are a lot better for him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So shout out LeBron, bro. That's insane. And then in the college world, so Caitlin Clark broke. Who was it? Pistol Pete. Which that in itself, the fact that the record was held by Pistol Pete told me all I needed to know about this record. I hate to be this hater on Caitlin Clark. Listen, Caitlin Clark is
she's amazing,
phenomenal,
bro.
phenomenal basketball player.
She's amazing, bro.
This isn't to take away any credit, but I'm gonna sort of like what I was saying about LeBron. This is a longevity thing. If Kevin Durant played 4 years of college basketball, Kevin Durant would have broken this record. If LeBron James played 4 years of college basketball, LeBron James. If Kyrie Irving played 4 years of basketball, he would have.
Yeah,
I think no one plays
basketball. Is
men's
right.
basketball is garbage, and no one stays there. And so this is why the women's game is significantly better now, because you're getting, they're obviously talented women, and then they're staying for 4 or 5 years. So their game is developing. Yeah. They're getting the fact that they're there that long. People are getting attached to them. A story.
The nil deals are keeping them there longer, right?
Yeah, which is I think may help the men's game eventually, because the nil deals are going to keep these guys there longer, because now they're not worried about rushing for the paycheck. And so maybe this does help the college game on the men's side, but women's college basketball is now sort of like, I think I can certainly name more. I couldn't name a single actually other than Bronny college men's basketball player, and I could probably name 5 on the women's side.
Yeah, same.
And that just speaks to the fact that they've been around for so long, because they're 3-4 years in or whatever. But I think in that, when you get someone as phenomenally talented as her, you're gonna get these opportunities to break records because you're there. Like Pistol Pete played 60 years ago, 70 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was
in a time where it was before guys are playing. Like Michael Jordan played 2 years of college basketball, 3. Again, Michael Jordan would shatter this record if he starts 4 or 5 years at North Carolina. Clyde Drexler, Barkley, all these guys would have shattered these records if they play, full blown long college careers. But the men don't, because the NBA pays you, to go to the NBA. So
yeah.
But again,
taking nothing away from her.
It's not.
It's just still a phenomenal feat.
I hate the narrative behind the record on the men and the women's side. It's like, I get what you're saying, but it's not apples to apples, because the men play 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, and then if you play 4 years of college basketball and you're a man,
you aren't that good.
You're not good, because you're not going to be. You're not staying in college to get an economics degree, bro. If you can play ball, right. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not doing it.
No, very true. And then the most probably unnoteworthy record breaking was by Xavier Worthy. I think he's a wide receiver. I don't know what college he got it, but in the NFL Combine, he broke the 40.
All-time 40?
4.2.
Or at the position?
Ooh, I think all time.
All time?
4.21.
Can he catch, though?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Because you see those guys are so fast like that, and then they can't catch.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, so I gotta look out for that name, see if he even gets drafted.
Yeah. So I wonder if he gets taken. Dude, who knows, man? Somebody will take a
chance on him.
Yeah, because you're wide open. Look at fucking Cheetah. He's just so wide open all the time. I mean, he can catch, but you're just like, the game so much has evolved with the offense's rules, and wide receivers. You just got to run a straight line fast now. It's so crazy, man. Yeah, that was a crazy week for sports, man. There's so many things I broken. Bro, the March Madness tournament snuck up on me so quickly.
Oh, it starts today, right?
Yeah,
I missed everything. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I've remembered last minute, and I placed a bunch of reckless bets that I think I've since lost them all. I'm over here like, where's Duquesne? Fuck it, let me turn it on. Which actually, they ruined my parlay. I bet against them because I saw
really?
Duquesne hadn't won a tournament game since the 60s. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, they're definitely gonna lose. And it was
they won?
And they fucking won. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was like, you assholes. So fuck you, Duquesne.
I think the favorite on the men is what, UConn?
Isn't it always? Yeah, there's UConn, or it's always Kansas, UConn, fucking Kentucky.
Yeah, but it's not like I don't think Kentucky is one of the favorites this year.
So
Houston has a really good team.
Who's the coaching? Houston has a high profile coach though, don't they? Who's the coach at Houston?
I don't know.
They didn't have. Maybe I'm thinking of when not Mike Brown, Larry Brown was there, but he's probably gone. Who's at Houston now?
Let's find out.
I felt like they did have like a high profile coach who's turning that program around, or at least got. Fuck, I'm drawing a blank.
Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah, that's a high profile coach.
Yeah,
Kelvin Sampson. He was in. Go look at who he coached before.
Oh yeah. I know the guy's face.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to think of. Damn it, but yeah. Anyway, good coach, bringing that program back. But I think Larry Brown was there before him a few years back.
But yeah, so that started today. We'll see how that shit goes.
Curious. We should have did a bracket. Just start blindly picking.
I was gonna say it would all be blind.
We just did a dartboard.
I just put UConn.
No, we'll just put the bracket up and just throw darts and then just see where it lands and then just move them forward. It's like, this is what you find out. Dude, Stetson got in. Did they win today or did they play tomorrow? Stetson got in from Florida. not too far from here.
Isn't Stetson like a...
Bro,
Is that even like a real college?
I don't think so. I think it's just... I think it's...
I thought it was like a building
like a
over there
typing
somewhere.
school. Yeah. I thought that was a tax write-off or something. Evidently, it's a real school.
They have sports and
but I think
shit?
they're ranked 16, so they're playing, whoever they're
ranked
playing.
16?
Yeah.
In the country?
No. Sorry. In the tournament, they're a 16.
Oh,
they're 16
in their little bracket.
They're 16
Okay.
seeds.
They're the
Sorry.
fucking last seed and whatever.
Yeah.
But they got in.
Yeah. They're going to get the brakes beat off of them.
How's UCF?
I don't even think they're in.
Really?
The men's? Yeah. I don't think so. Stetson got in before the UCF. And
that's bad.
the UCF women might be in, though. I got to check. The UCF women have a good team.
Okay.
And then the men did upset somebody this year, like somebody good, but I don't think they were good enough to get in. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the men aren't in.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the brackets.
I think the only team from Florida that got in might have been Stetson. It's like Miami, I'm sure got in. But
Dude, speaking, let's stay with basketball, man. You see Drea and Michelle?
I have.
Yeah. So Drea and Michelle, for those of you who don't know, she was she was part of like one of those like housewives of something, or basketball wives or some shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think she's 39 years old, and she's pregnant from Jalen Green, NBA player, 22-year-old NBA player.
Yeah.
So it made the news, I guess, because of their age disparity.
Yeah, so what, 17 years? She's 39?
39, I believe.
And he's 22. Yeah.
Drea and Michelle. So, I don't know,
It's become
man.
a big topic of conversation online too, man.
Oh, really?
It's just huge because people are like, and on social media, like, and every podcast I feel like I've listened to has talked about this. Like, I didn't realize it was that big of a deal. And there's
It's really not.
like, he's a fucking adult. I don't know if people realize that. Like, they're making it seem
Right.
like she's like a grooming, a 22. I'm like, no, it's a 22-year-old man, bro. Like, relax.
Right.
Like,
But at what point, and I think maybe this is it, right? I think that as you get older, you realize that at 22, you were hardly an adult,
no, for sure.
right?
Yeah.
And so,
They're
but
not
I'm
gonna
sure
be, and
he
it's not
doesn't
gonna be
feel that
cute,
way.
and it's not gonna be cute when he's 30 and she's, what is that, 57? I mean, they won't be together then, but still.
Right.
And she has outwardly said like, like she want,
Yeah,
she wanted a baby,
she's
like,
not.
and she's very open for an NBA player at 22 years old. She's probably perfect because she's the like, hey, I know.
Yeah, she's open to like co-parenting.
Yeah, no, that and open relationships and the whole, like, she's just like, I'm
okay.
not one of these, like, strict, like, whatever. Like, so you're like, she got what she wanted, right? She got to raise another baby. Because I think she has a teenage kid already, right? Or something like that.
I
But
thought she had a kid like his age.
she probably does. I think you're right. She does have an older kid. And then she's kind of also been the, like, like, I don't know. I hate that we try to make this kid seem like a victim. I'm like, no, man, he's a 22-year-old man.
I don't think it's a
fine.
victim, man. I just go, if that's your son, what advice are you giving him?
Ride it out till she's 40, bro. And then
Write it out for the next
and then
6
trade
months.
her in. I saw a meme the other day that was like, fuck. It was like, it was like a girl's tweet or something saying like, all of the guys in my school are ugly or something. It was like a chick that was like in her 20s or something like that. And the reply to it, and the reply went viral. The guy goes, honey, it grossly shifts post 35. Basically, like the women get uglier and the guys get better looking. Post 35 goes, I don't make the rules. And the amount of people that would just livid respond. I was like, I love the internet.
And for a lot of cases, it is like that.
It's like, man, I didn't understand. I do think that it's weird though, because if it was a guy doing that with a 22-year-old, I feel like we'd be like
less.
high-fiving the guy, but I also think he
Yeah.
would be looked at as a creep too, like in the same breath. Like Dane Cook's wife is way younger. Dane Cook, I want to say, is like 49, 50.
Okay.
And his wife that he just married is like 23, 24.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been together for like since she was like, she couldn't even drink, I think, when they first got together.
Dude, I don't even know.
I don't even know what you would talk about with someone like that, bro.
Like that conversation would be limited.
Which isn't good for them. But yeah, like there's very rare that you would find an age gap that big where it works, where you would have something. And again, it's cute, I think, in your younger years. Bro, when you're, like I said, if you're him and you're 40 and she's 57 or whatever, it's like, like, that's probably not going to be cute. Or you're 50 and she's 70 almost, she's 67
Right.
or whatever. Like, that's not going to be cute.
Dude, not for nothing, man. My parents were 18 years apart. And it became a problem when I think when my mom was in her, say, like late 50s, maybe even 60,
And he was 70 something,
and he was like 78.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean?
It's tough.
And yeah, and
It's different to go
you're
through
in
that
a
together.
different right.
Yeah.
You're in a different mindset, and it's funny, man, because I'm actually watching my mom now kind of switch over into what he was that she would complain about.
She would complain about, yeah, because that's an age, that's a tough one, right? Because you're entering sort of the twilight of your life, where you're
That's a whole other generation, bro.
No, but I'm saying for her, you're like, you're not working, you're ready to travel, you're ready to enjoy sort of the fruits of your labor. You want to do this, and he's like, I'm fucking tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't want to go nowhere.
He's
Right.
He's like, and so that's where that age gap gets like really tough, man. I think the whenever you see those, like you said, like older, and there's like 20-year age gaps, you're like, ooh, that's gonna be an interesting one. I'm like, that's cute when you're 20 and it's a 40-year-old, but.
So you're gonna be what, 38 this year?
I'll be 38, in September.
What's your if you had to date someone younger than you, just based off age, what's the limit?
Oh, just off age? Ooh, I don't think I could go under 30, probably 30.
30?
It'll be tough. Well, in my experience, talking to people under 30 is really fucking hard, bro. Like, they just, especially this generation under 30, haven't lived enough life. Like, there's not much there to talk about. There's not a lot of substance. Now, granted, you do meet people who are interesting, again, on both sides, right? Like guys and girls that you can talk to. You're like, okay, cool. But I find it hard to even talk to guys as friends in that age group. Like, I can't imagine, like a woman.
They're not your friends.
Yeah. I'm like, and it's weird, man, because I've always gravitated towards, like, I've always had older friends. Like, you and I, like, I've always, like, had older friends. And it's just, like, it's just something I've gravitated to. I think just towards the nature of, like, conversations that I tend to gravitate to, or just the hang that I whatever, for whatever reason, I just tend to gravitate that way. I couldn't talk to someone. I just don't know what you would have or enough life experience. Maybe if you're a rough 30-year-old, but you just been through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, maybe. I don't know.
Let me see. Have you been molested?
You'd be like, yeah. How many times your house broken into as a child?
Did your parents do drugs?
How many stepdads did you have? Yeah. Did your parents do drugs? Were you homeless for any period of time? Did you, like, it's like, you have to go through the list of, like,
yeah, man.
Give me some trauma. Do some shit, maybe. I don't know.
I would think, for me, man, 10 years?
Yeah. I think that's about right. In either direction?
10 to, well, I don't know.
Can you go 10 up?
I don't think so, bro.
Yeah, your face, though. Well,
yeah,
10 for you would be 60. Yeah, you'd be dusting cobwebs off of that.
Yeah, no. No, man, I'm thinking 10 years the other way.
What's the limit on the up?
5, maybe.
Yeah, that's respectable. I like that. Yeah.
5.
Yeah,
I would
5
say that
is
would
good.
probably be the. And then again, knowing like watching my parents, so like I try to keep myself in decent shape and stuff, man. Like it would have to be, if it was older, it would have to be somebody like that where you go where they're sort of in the same mindset of just like, yeah, like I'm trying to keep myself.
Yeah. Well, you figured at this age, I think too, like you're gonna gravitate towards someone. I think like you'd be attracted to someone who did that because you would, like, to your point, like, no, I want you to be like-minded. Yeah. So I could totally see that. Yeah, right. Because 5 years isn't the same for everybody.
No.
Especially post 50, 60. It's like,
and also it also depends if you know what ethnicity you are.
Ooh. Yeah,
some people don't age well, man. 55, you be looking like you 75.
Yeah, man, you a 55-year-old Asian? Listen, I could be 30. You be like, Asians don't raise. Asians don't raise it, man.
She gotta have that good skin.
Then you gotta deal with all the other shit that comes with her name. Oh, actually, that's another plus, bro. Asians, you go, they don't age, and they got tiny hands. So boost your confidence.
Ego boost right off the bat.
Like, I don't want you to do anything. Just hold it.
Let me take the picture. Speaking of Asians, you seen that guy try to run that insurance scam? So those of you not seen it,
that's so wild.
There was a guy in Korea, actually two guys, right? There was a one guy convinced another guy to run this insurance scam, and in order to get the money from the insurance, the one guy convinced him that he's going to put his legs in dry ice, and
For
then
10 hours or was it?
Was that what it was? 10 hours?
Something crazy like that.
And then fucking go to the hospital and essentially with frostbite to have his legs amputated.
And they did.
And they did.
So he loses both legs. So he can get, how much money was it?
1.2 million?
1.2, I think 1.3 million
maybe,
dollars.
something like that.
Was what the pay is 1.3 worth 2 legs?
Nah,
right? I didn't think so.
Maybe in South Korea it is.
Fuck, man, because I remember seeing the amount going, that's it, bro. I'm not cutting nothing off for 1.3 mil.
What's the exchange rate?
Oof. No, but that's 1.3 US dollars. So
That's what I'm saying. So what's the?
You're a trillionaire. Actually, I don't. That's a good question. I don't know it off the top of my head right now.
Right? If it's 1.3 million, or that it is that the exchange rate, right? Whatever it is, comes out to be 1.3.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, but I can't imagine that you would. Here we go. 1.3. Yeah, it's like fucking hella decimal points. It's like 17 million something. The rate is.
What's their currency?
I'll tell you right now. The won. It's 13.39 to 1. So it's a lot of money. But for them, but again,
well, it depends on how much shit costs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't translate the same. So it's like it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not like a Coke costs fucking 20,000 wons.
Right, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
It would be like fuck, but 1.3 million dollars is not enough money.
Yeah, no, that definitely not. But to make the story even better,
yeah,
the folks at the hospital, based on how his frostbite was, because it was so symmetrical.
Yeah,
they reported it.
They knew it was.
They knew. Yeah,
scam,
they thought it would be
like
scam.
This is too perfect.
And and the weather, where it was supposed to be cold during that time, it was like 43.
Yeah, and so they report it, and so the insurance only pays them out.
Well, he got money from one of the insurances.
Yeah,
and it was like $7,200.
$7,200,
and then he had to fucking pay it back. He had to pay it back. Got arrested. Had to pay that shit back. So this guy gets nothing.
And you got no legs.
And he got no legs.
That's crazy. Yo, what? Fuck. What's your number for both legs? What's your number for both legs, bro?
Man, I don't know if there is one, to be honest.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, I don't know that there's a number for one, bro.
Hold on.
How old are you?
Can you get some like dope ass prosthetic legs?
I mean, I'm
like
sure.
Like some robot legs that you could walk around.
Also,
be good.
This goes to the age thing earlier. Like how old are you?
Right.
Do you need them anymore? Who are you married to? Maybe you don't want legs. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's one of those things, man. I don't want to. I mean, listen, I'll give up a finger, a toe, or something, man. But
fuck,
like a whole limb.
Yeah, man.
For money, bro.
Money. I'm trying to think of the amount, man. Give up a pinky for 20 mil.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think of.
I might give him two. I might give him two. Get 40.
Grab this cup like this.
Oh yeah.
You still drink?
You see? You do this like that.
What about a thumb? The thumb is important.
Nah.
Can't give up a thumb for 20 mil, right?
No.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, bro. That's a tough one. Yeah, I guess you could live without a pinky. I don't know, 20 mil is enough money, though. Fuck, man.
Yeah, fuck him.
Dude, that sucks, bro. And you get $7,200 that you got to pay back. That's wild.
Telling you, this dude got arrested, lost both his legs, got no money. Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, what's up with this Willy Wonka experience?
Bro, this guy ran a scam.
Another
scam?
These
posters, all these things about this Willy Wonka experience in a warehouse. And people were making reservations online and booking and buying tickets. And then they were showing up to an empty warehouse.
Yeah,
nothing there, bro.
Where was this? This got to be here.
Of course it was here, bro. You know how amazing we are at stuff like this. And we run the best scams. That's one thing we didn't fall in. Damn it, we run the best scams. It was... Oh, here he is. Come on, Willy Wonka. Which, by the way, the movie, the new one. He doesn't say.
Is it in the theaters now, or is it on like Max?
It's on streaming. It's on one of those. So here's the thing: is that they used it using AI. All the imagery that he used to make the website, all the poster shit, all that, it looked very convincing, really cool, really cutting edge because they used AI to create all the imagery.
Of course it did, bro.
I'm gonna try to figure out what city it was in because I thought it was here. Maybe it was Europe. Organized a viral Willy Wonka experience says his life is ruined after events failure. So allegedly, I guess it wasn't supposed to. Oh, it was in Glasgow, so it was in Scotland. Yeah, so I guess according to him, it wasn't supposed to be a scam, but I guess shit fell apart, or you can do it. But anyway, they were showing up to empty warehouses for all this money that they put together, and then or all the money that they paid for their tickets or whatever, and then they never got the experience. So they're just showing. Bro, this is Fire Festival all over again.
When I saw,
I'm waiting for the documentary on this shit.
Dude, when I saw this, this title, I didn't know the story.
Yeah.
I literally thought that I saw something on TV about this, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm going to learn about what this shit is."
Oh,
and it's a scam.
So you would have fallen for the scam?
Well, I wouldn't have because I'm not fucking locally. Like I'm not.
You would go to the Willy Wonka experience?
No, I've never been a fan of that. Even the old one, man. I can't remember the fucking guy's name. The
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. That's it.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan.
I like the movie. I like the old one. I even like the new one. The Johnny Depp one I thought was fine. But the new one, I don't know, disappointed.
Is it the guy? What else is he from?
Timothy.
Yeah, what else? He's from something
Chalamet.
else.
He just did Dune. That's the big one. He did Dune 2.
How about before that?
Timothy Chalamet. What was he in? He's done a lot of shit, man.
Maybe it was Dune that I'm thinking about.
I mean, he's the main character in Dune, but he did. I don't know. Let's look at his IMDb. Because he's a young kid, too.
Yeah.
He's done a lot, considering. Let's look at his IMDb page. Because he's got...
But while you look at that, it's like that shit, it kind of goes back to what we talked about a week or two ago, man, with AI and just being able to fucking fool people. Dude. You know, like this is that next level, right? It's now they're getting you to go out, for an experience. And I'm assuming, he sold tickets online.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then he just makes off with the money.
None of these are huge. He was in Don't Look Up, which was popular.
Oh, yeah. That
Bones
was
and All, which I never heard of. Intergalactic, which I never heard of. Trent Reznor and the Atticus Ross, I know was big-ish at the time, but I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, it must have been Dune that I was thinking about.
Dune 1 and 2, yeah. Oh, the big ones. And he dates Kylie Jenner, I think is the other thing that he's kind of...
He's famous for
now. He's famous for it. Yeah, because all the rest of these movies, the Adderall Diaries, same, bro, same. Oh, he was in Interstellar, but he was a kid. Homeland, the TV show, but he was a kid.
He was in Interstellar, bro?
Yeah, but I think he's a kid in Interstellar. Because when did Interstellar come out? So Interstellar came out in 2014. I guess he would have been like 20.
I don't remember him in that movie. I love that movie.
No, wait, that movie's 10 years old, right? Never mind. He would have been like 18. Damn, 2014 was 10 years
ago. Who the fuck is he?
Fuck, man.
He's not the son.
I think he plays the son. Yeah.
But he's not the son, bro.
Is he not? Let me see.
No.
Let's see who he plays in Interstellar. He plays Tom.
I don't know who that is.
Who was Tom in Interstellar? Let me see. I felt like he was like when Matthew McConaughey is looking back at his son. Yeah, it's a 15-year-old. So he plays 15-year-old Tom. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, yeah, I only remember the adult one. So maybe that was it.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, let's move on. Mike Tyson about to fight Jake Paul.
Okay.
How do you feel about this, man? So when's the fight? Is it June or July?
I think it's July. Yeah. Bro, I think this could go either way. I think if I'm picking a winner, I'm going to pick Jake.
I agree.
I think this could go badly either way, actually.
Dude, I think this is the worst thing for Mike Tyson.
It's horrible for Mike Tyson, and I think you're in a no-win situation if you're Jake Paul. If you knock him out, they're going to go, he's 57, you're supposed to knock him out. Not that if you lose to him, people go, see, you're not a real boxer. You lost to Iron Mike. You lost to a real boxer. Dude, as impressive as Mike Tyson looks, and I know he still hits hard. He said that you're still 57. I think people keep sleeping on how fucking hard Jake Paul hits.
Yeah,
and he's 25 or whatever, 26. And Mike Tyson has been knocked down before a lot. He's been outboxed before a lot. Like it's in his prime, right? So it's not like Mike Tyson retired undefeated, never been beat, never been dropped, never been whatever. Like we've seen him look human. And now you're asking a 57-year-old Mike Tyson, and I get that
he'll beat
skilled.
me and you up.
Sure.
But he's not gonna beat it. Like yo, as much as you want to call Jake Paul
a YouTuber
or whatever,
he takes this shit serious, bro.
This guy's fucking training. He's fought professional boxers, not top guys.
No.
But he's fought.
But he's walking through guys that aren't top guys.
Yeah.
So you're somewhere in between top guy and the bottom of the barrel. So you're a middle of the road journeyman.
Right.
You're
beating
those guys. You're beating
a
those guys.
57-year-old guy.
And actually, I think this has the potential to just disappoint us and end up being like an 8-round fight that goes the distance, and Jake Paul wins at a decision, and it isn't entertaining at all. I am too, man. But I get the feeling it's going to be boring. But I also think again, and at this weight class, this is the fun part about the shit, which is why I'm going to watch. I think that Jake Paul can land a punch that ends it. I also think Mike Tyson is still capable of landing a punch that ends it. But it's going to be is Mike. And the other thing is going to be is like, if Jake Paul can take that hit, Mike's fucked. Because I think to beat Mike, you got to be willing to eat one of those so you can land your own. Because I think Mike has shown that he'll fall if you get him right. Like, again, we've seen multiple people drop Mike Tyson.
Who dropped them?
Buster Douglas dropped him. Holyfield dropped him. The first dude he fought,
Lennox Lewis
dropped him. Who was the first dude early in his career that gave him fits, and then Tyson just landed a punch, man?
Oh, what was it? Fucking Frank Bruno?
Ooh, I think he did too.
Or Razor Ruddock.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of his like the fights that I remember. There was the good ones.
Fight very early on, man. Where I'm gonna see let me see Mike Tyson fights.
While you look for that, bro, I think that this is very bad for Mike Tyson, man. I don't like. Listen, Mike Tyson was a phenomenal boxer. He's almost like legendary, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean he is. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
Iron
so,
Mike, dude, he's still feared this far down the road in his career.
But I don't think by professional boxers.
No, but I mean,
we hold him. Yes. We hold him in high regard, right?
High regard, yeah.
And you go, if I see 57-year-old Mike Tyson out in the street, like, I'm not fucking with him.
Dude, he lost 6 times as a professional fighter. And
fuck, who did he lose to?
So he lost to.
I mean, let's say he lost
Lennox, Evander. He lost to Evander twice, right? And Lennox twice.
Did he fight them twice?
I think so. Here.
Did he fight Holyfield twice? Or was it just the one where he?
No, he fought Holyfield twice.
He bit the ear.
He got disqualified the one time, and he got TKO'd another time. Well, no, he got TKO'd the first time, right? And then he got DQ'd the second. Is that what happened? I think that's what happened. I think the rematch was the one that he he got TKO'd the first match, and he got DQ'd in the second match, and then so Frank Bruno's here. Yo, remember Peter?
But he beat Frank Bruno.
Yes, but he beat Frank Bruno twice.
Yeah.
He beat Larry Holmes, Tyrell Briggs, Tucker Thomas. Maybe it was Bruno that I was thinking about. But I remember one of those guys was giving him fits, dude. And he just lands a punch that ends the fight, right? But it was like he wasn't winning that fight. He just, he could end it at any moment. And he did. I think it was Bruno. I feel like it was Bruno where he was losing that fight, and then in like the 10th round or 9th round, he knocks the guy out, but the guy's like fucking him up most of the fight.
I think that's one of the Frank Bruno fights.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think that's why they wound up being a rematch, and then I think he dominates him in the second one. I think he drops him early.
Yeah,
can't remember. But yeah, anyway. Man, I think it's so funny. People are like, oh, he's going to murder Jake Paul. I'm like, man, you guys are sleeping on fucking Jake Paul, bro. Like you said, he's a professional boxer. Call him what you want to call him now. And I think, bro, and we didn't get a chance to talk about this, Anthony Joshua, who we give a lot of shit to, me included, but is a real boxer.
Yeah.
And then he knocked the shit out of Francis Ngannou, who was considered by many to be the baddest man on the planet. But obviously MMA, not a real boxer.
Right.
But because his fight was so close with Tyson Fury, I think Joshua goes into this fight and goes, no, I'm going to train like I train for a boxer. Real boxer.
Yeah, right.
Fight you. And it doesn't take long, bro. I think he drops him twice. And the second time
prior
he's
to
out
that?
cold. Yeah, I think he dropped him once prior to that. And the second time he just doesn't get up. But Joshua is fucking him up the whole 2 rounds that it lasts or whatever.
Oh, really?
It was almost like, no, bro. And I go, oh, this is what it looks like when you go and fight a real boxer, bro.
Right.
Like, it's just not, like, Floyd Mayweather, to me, was like doing a favor to Conor, right? Like he just toyed. Floyd Mayweather's a showman. He's trying to make it entertaining. I think Floyd Mayweather could have, if he wanted to take chances, he could have dropped Conor in the first or second round and called it a night. I think for this whole crossover thing to have been successful, you almost needed that fight to feel like McGregor had a chance.
Had a chance, right?
You can't be arrogant enough to think you're going to get into a ring against a guy who's dedicated his entire life. I don't care how good or bad he is. And Anthony Joshua, again, another guy who's been hit and who was falling.
And he's still considered in his prime.
Yes. And this is what happens when you fight, I think, somebody in their prime at that level. It's like who's been fighting since he was a kid.
Dude, I wonder if Ngannou, because it hasn't even been that long since he fought Tyson Fury. How much did he have off?
A couple months, maybe.
Yeah, a few months, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if he fought Tyson Fury and then in his mind went, this is easy. This is not as bad as MMA. Right.
And then he just gets fucking starched, bro. Because Anthony Joshua's a big dude, man.
Yeah.
And then again, Anthony Joshua has been dropped by other fighters. The other thing, bro, in this heavyweight class, and this is why I'm like, the exciting part is that everyone is capable of knocking somebody out because they're all big guys. And so one punch changes everything. And so, again, Tyson could land the punch. I just don't see it, man. I think it's really easy to look impressive on a Instagram video where you're hitting a trainer that weighs 150 pounds and he moves when you hit him because he's not a real fighter.
Listen, and he's way better than all of us.
Absolutely,
right?
But if you're saying you're gonna go fight a boxer, man,
yeah,
I think this fight is gonna disappoint us. I think what it's gonna be. It's gonna be boring. It's gonna go the distance, and
I think at this point we have to call Jake Paul. He's a boxer.
Yeah. He's
a professional boxer.
Yeah, and this is why I don't think this is a good fight for him, because if you win this, there's no upside. And if you lose, there's all this could do is people are going to go, see, you weren't that guy.
But you know what? I think just like us, where we go, this is probably not going to be good. We're going to watch. I'm
definitely going to watch because it's also free. It says Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix, right? Well, it's
Netflix. It's the first.
It's not free. Well,
it's not free, but not pay-per-view.
I don't have to fucking pay $80 to watch it.
I'm actually curious to see what this does to the live sports pay-per-view landscape, because Netflix bought it.
Right.
And they're just going to air it. And this could potentially be the highest viewed fight of all time.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to buy it. Right? Everyone has Netflix, right? Everyone has Netflix now. And so everyone's going to be tuned in that night to watch. Because, dude, think about it. Even if you're not home, you're going to pull it up on your phone.
Yep.
Or on your tablet or whatever. Like, even if you're not home, you're going to be like, I want to see Jake Paul get the shit knocked out of him. Like,
this could be a game changer, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro. Because if you're Netflix or Amazon or whoever, you can just offer these guys so much guaranteed money. And then it'll go until the network loses money from streaming the fight.
Right.
But the win for the network is in how many new subscribers you get to just watch that and who just stick around. Who go, oh, fuck, for Netflix, if I have it. And if you're them, maybe you smarten up and you go, if you've had Netflix for 12 months or longer, it's included. But if you're a new subscriber or thing, you have to pay $20. Dude, people would still pay $20 to watch the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Or, I don't whatever you like. Like, they would still, you're charging me $80
Easy,
right now. On a normal pay-per-view these days. I think boxing's almost at $100 right now for pay-per-views.
And dude, not for nothing, if Netflix is gonna start doing stuff like this, whether with fights, we'll just leave it with boxing.
Yeah.
If they go, we're gonna start offering boxing, dude, it's one of the reasons why I used to get HBO over Showtime.
Yes.
Was because HBO offered boxing.
The boxing. Yeah. And now they don't anymore, right?
And you can see that. No, they don't.
Showtime still does.
Showtime still does.
So, yeah. Yeah, man. I'm kind of curious. This fight has implications, I think, on a lot of fronts, as far as the whole streaming thing goes too. And I think that, yeah, man, I think people are going to be really fucking disappointed who think Tyson is going to wipe the floor with Jake Paul.
Yeah, but we're still going to watch.
I'm still going to watch, man, because again, I do still think at that weight class, a punch can change it. I just think that fucking, I don't know, man. I just think that you're still 57 is 57, and you're still going up against a kid who's now proven that he's a world class athlete.
Yeah,
yeah.
And dude, I can tell you from experience, as you creep up into that nearing 50 and stuff, man. Like testosterone levels drop. You're not as strong as they used to be. Things start to not fall apart, right?
But
you're not 25.
Yeah.
And now, I can't imagine, adding another, 7, 8 years onto what I am now and then go, oh yeah, I'm going to go still challenge a 25-year-old. Let me tell you, in the last 2 years, I have pulled the hamstring and pulled the groin fucking around with these kids.
Look, I can't wait for the shit talk at the press conferences for these. Because Jake Paul is a prolific shit talker.
Oh yeah.
And Mike Tyson was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and Mike has that switch.
He's fucking crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
he's
crazy.
fucking nuts.
And I want Mike on shrooms and get him off the weed. Like, no weed, Mike. As a matter of fact, take the shrooms away. Just give Mike acid and give him a mic and let him go up there and just talk shit. The build up to the fight is gonna be amazing. Because I've already seen good, Jake trolling where he did the fucking tattoo. Oh my god, bro, you haven't seen it? He was eating candy shaped like an ear the other day online, and then he did the face tattoo thing like from the Hangover one. And then he's eating the ear candy. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so good, bro. The shit talking is gonna be amazing. Can't wait.
So did you say June or July? Which one?
July. I think it's July. Yeah. Okay. I think it's July, man. And then I think Ryan Garcia fights next month. If he stops the weird shit and doesn't 20th, get fucking killed before then. Yeah. 420. It is 420.
That's in Barclays.
Yeah,
it's in New York.
Which I think that's because a couple weeks later, Canelo's fighting Munguia, whatever.
Yeah, who the fuck is that guy?
He's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's good. I mean, I don't know that he's not going to be Canelo good, but then again, bro, and this applies to Mike Tyson. Father Time is undefeated, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, nobody beats Father Time. And at some point in time, Canelo's time is coming too. And it's going to be from the person we least expect, right? He's going to end up fighting. It's not.
It'll be like when Roy Jones just fucking fell off.
We all think we're all waiting for the go fight Benavidez or whoever the next big name is or whatever. It's not going to be one of those guys, bro. He's going to lose to fucking somebody we don't think he's supposed to lose to, and we're going to go
fucking Glenn Johnson.
Yep, it's going to be some shit like that, bro. You know it. It's never the person we think that the big fight we want to see. It's going to be somebody that we didn't see coming, because again, Father Time's undefeated, bro.
You're right, bro. How we doing on time, bro?
Yo, we're in hour 5, hour 6 now.
All right, man, what you want to end with?
You
want to talk about this?
You want to talk about this drug dealer?
This drug dealer?
No, this might be I think, you know how I'm about just ingenuity and being willing to go out there and put in the extra effort into your craft. And this drug dealer, bro, I want to find his...
what does he sell?
The exact stats, bro. So he sells a little bit of everything. But he got arrested for handing out free samples of the cocaine that he sells with business cards with his name and his contact information. I was like, yo, shout out to this guy,
bro. Where was this?
Way to take it to the streets, bro.
Where, Portland? No, he wouldn't get arrested.
No, it's Beaconsville Place and West. Wait, where the fuck is this? I feel like this shit sounds Canadian. Yeah, it's in Calgary. It is Canadian. Fuck, the name sounded Canadian. I'm like, where the hell is Beacons? The place is called Beaconsfield Place Northwest, Syed Amir. Oh, no, that's his name. Yeah. At a home on Beaconsfield Place. And then his name is, Syed Amir Razavi, 30. He was handing out, cocaine with a business card and contact info. And he was sending out free samples so you could hit a little bump. Yeah. And then hit him up. That's fucking genius, bro.
Well, it ain't that genius.
Nah, first of all, if you're worried about fentanyl and all that stuff, you go, well, you didn't die, so my shit's good.
I'll be out in 30 days. Hit me up.
Worth it. You know all the business he's gonna get coming back.
Why the fuck would you do the? I don't. I mean, dude, I always. You know what, man? Like.
You're trying to find rationale in an unrational situation.
Yeah, I guess, bro. Being that drugs are illegal, it's like, and I've never been a fucking drug dealer, so I don't know, man. Like, there's gotta be limits to what you do. There has to be. You want to keep it secret to some level, right?
But you gotta let them know.
You want the right. Yeah, that's right. You want the right people to know that you got the good shit. But when you hand out business cards and samples, I guess, I don't know, man. I just feel like you're asking for trouble.
Yo, we really don't give drug dealers enough credit for their business model, bro. You sell a super high secret product that nobody can know you sell, yet this sells a lot of it. And you have the best supply chain known to mankind, all in secret.
Secret.
It's, bro, we really don't give drug dealers enough credit for the at least the major, the ones supplying.
Yeah, fuck, man.
It really is a insane operation to do under the radar. It's impressive.
It's really impressive, bro. And you wonder why, why the government hasn't just taken that shit over.
You mean selling drugs or?
Yeah, selling it.
Oh, I think they do. You mean like legally?
I mean legally.
Oh no. I mean,
Yeah.
because I think it's more profitable to do what they're doing right now.
Really?
I think it's more profitable to just keep it on the streets and keep people employed.
Profitable because you're keeping people employed with keeping it off the street.
Yeah, and then I think it also, man, it's like the price of entry, the barrier is like, do I let the guy I know sell drugs because I know he leads me to bigger shit that I care about, which might be the weapons dealer and the trafficker or like that sort of shit. Do you sort of like so it's like I'll take this evil so that I can get sort of eyes into the bigger evil or the doorway into the bigger larger evil. I don't know. Like
But is the bigger evil like what if the bigger evil is like, I don't know, the guy growing the fucking cocoa leaves in Colombia?
Is it though? I feel like there's always like a bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like is that bigger than say like again like an arms dealer supplying weapons to some like terrorist organization or the human trafficking or like I feel like a lot of these things are like, and dude, I also think it helps us sell other shit to people like agriculturally and all that stuff. It gives us like I think just advantages on the global scale that we probably won't admit. I think if the government really wanted drugs gone or legalized stuff, they would. I think there's more benefits to keeping it the way it is right now than they want to tell us there are.
I mean, clearly.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know, man. There's nothing else in the world that we pour this much time and resource into that just gets bigger. Like we pour so much time and resources into
like it doesn't make sense anymore.
And it just gets bigger.
No, you're right.
There's just no way you're not doing that without there's just no way. You're just not. I know I start drinking too much on this shit because I start getting all conspiracy theories. I'm like, fuck Uncle Sam. And you catch me sober, I'm like, well, I don't know, man. Like the war on drugs has been really successful.
All right, man, let's get out of here. On that, tell them where they can find us.
In Calgary on an unrelated at the Carbon Food Podcast on IG, the Carbon Food Podcast on Facebook, the Carbon Food Podcast on YouTube, at Carbon FP Pod on X, at Carbon Food Podcast on TikTok, and then anywhere where you get your music or your podcast, man. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Geo7, Ghana, Audible, Amazon Music. We're out there, but they're starting to get smaller and smaller like that. I know we're in
trying to weed out some stuff, yeah,
and we're on Pocket Chase and some of these smaller ones, but they're starting to get weeded out. It's like Google shut down their podcast platform, Stitcher shut down, so they're starting to sort of like I think weed it down to the big boys are basically going to be the ones left, man. So
and if you're on Apple, leave us a review. We do read those and
make them funny.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, talk shit. Even the comments on the YouTube or on the IG pictures, on the TikTok.
What's the guy? The guy called us two beaners.
Yeah, he called us two beaners. This is great. I thought I was ambiguously brown, but all right. I guess my name gave it away.
What are these two beaners talking about?
Oh, the internet never disappoints, bro.
And as always, we appreciate you guys. We will see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.